In the next 15 minutes, you'll find out why your brain is biologically wired to sabotage you. And you'll get 3 specific tools to stop it. Not motivation, not advice from books. This is a framework you can actually use today. A practical path to regain control of your own biology. There is a version of you that you haven't met yet. This version is cold-blooded, calculated, and frighteningly consistent. If you ran into this person on the street today, you wouldn't recognize him. You'd be intimidated by him. This version doesn't have an "I can't get started" problem. He doesn't wait for inspiration. He doesn't bargain with his alarm clock for 5 more minutes. He doesn't bargain because he's already moved on. While you've spent years replaying the highlight reel of your perfect life in your head, this guy is just out there living it. Day after day after day. While you wait, he acts. Most people think discipline is some kind of sophisticated self-torture. Early mornings when your eyes burn. This version doesn't have an "I can't get started" problem. He doesn't wait for inspiration. They're dead wrong. Real discipline isn't a prison. It's the architecture of your survival. In a world that's trying to buy your attention every 10 seconds. Real discipline, it's the only true form of freedom in a world designed to keep you small. You know that feeling, right? You're sitting in front of your laptop. The work is right there. Every deadline is already on fire, or will be by tomorrow. You understand everything. You've read the books. You know how to do this. But inside, it's like someone yanked the emergency brake. You physically cannot move your hand to the keyboard. So instead, you open a YouTube tab, check an empty fridge, or start cleaning a room that was already clean. Today, we're going to break down why your brain has been sabotaging your best intentions for years. We're not here for just do it platitudes. We're going to pop the hood and look at the actual hardware. I'm going to give you the source code to your own mind, the core operating system behind every action you take. This isn't just another motivational video you'll watch and forget in an hour. This is a hard reboot of your mind. This is the hard reboot you've been waiting for, so buckle up. Let's go. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth that no self-help guru will ever tell you. Your brain has absolutely zero interest in your success. It couldn't care less about your financial goals, your six-pack, or speaking 3 languages. It has exactly one job, hardwired by millions of years of evolution: keep you alive. Inside your head lives a very cautious, very conservative, and honestly very lazy character. Let's call him the inner accountant. His one job is ruthless energy budget control. A million years ago, 1 wasted calorie meant you might not have enough fuel tomorrow to outrun a predator or chase down your next meal. Spend energy for nothing, die. That program is still running you right now. Every time you sit down to tackle something hard, say writing a business plan, the accountant instantly cracks open his mental ledger. He sizes up the deal. He looks at the task and sees massive mental effort right now, huge glucose burn. Reward, vague, hypothetical, maybe in 6 months, or maybe never. The accountant frowns and delivers his verdict. Deal's garbage, not profitable, blocking dopamine, activating resistance. But right at that same moment, your phone is sitting on the desk next to you. The accountant glances over. Effort? 0, just lift a finger. Reward? Guaranteed, immediate, bright, a like, a funny video, right now. His verdict, perfect deal, approved, releasing dopamine. From a pure biology standpoint, your brain is completely right when it chooses the couch and mindless scrolling over actual work. You are not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. You're just trying to survive in the modern world using software from the Stone Age. But here's the central trap of the 21st century. We've transformed our environment from one of brutal scarcity into a bottomless ocean of cheap dopamine. The phone in your pocket is a digital syringe delivering a reward to your accountant around the clock with 0 effort required. Against that backdrop, any real difficult work doesn't just feel boring to your brain, it feels physically dangerous. Trying to beat this system with raw willpower is like trying to stop a train with your bare hands. Willpower breaks. You can't overpower the accountant, but you can outsmart him. That's where the 2-minute rule comes in. When you're staring down a massive task, never tell your brain what you're actually about to do. Instead, make a micro contract with him. We're not writing the report. We're just going to open the laptop, create a new file, and sit here for 2 minutes. That's it. To your brain, that's a safe, cheap deal. No resistance. And then, action inertia kicks in. Starting is 80% of all the resistance. All right, but let's go deeper. Sometimes it has nothing to do with laziness or energy conservation. Sometimes you genuinely want to do the task. You have the energy. The phone is in the other room, but you're still completely frozen. Why? Because you're scared. Most people think procrastination is a character flaw. I'm a lazy piece of nothing, I have no backbone. That's what you tell yourself staring at a blank screen. But psychological science has proven it. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's your mental body armor. It's a sophisticated defense mechanism protecting your psyche from emotional pain. If you carry hidden perfectionism, then every important task automatically becomes a test of your worth as a human being. You reason subconsciously, if I launch this project and it fails, that means I'm talentless. That means I'm worthless. So your brain activates a defense. If we don't start, we can't fail. We remain people with enormous untapped potential. This is the moment you start confusing two fundamentally different things: motion and action. You spend hours planning, rearranging icons, watching videos about how to learn better. Yeah, exactly like this video. That's motion. It creates a beautiful, sweet illusion of progress. You feel busy, but the actual result is zero. So how do you take off the armor? The method is counterintuitive. You need to give yourself official, binding permission to be bad. Sit down in front of a blank page and say, right now, I'm going to make an absolutely terrible first version. My first draft will be total garbage, and that is the plan. When you drop the bar to zero and give yourself permission to be bad, your brain has nothing left to protect. The armor hits the floor. The resistance evaporates. Everything great in this world started as a horrific first draft. A good product is just a bad product that got worked on for a long time. Now let's go to the deepest level of change. Why do most productivity techniques only work temporarily? You watch a motivational video, you light up, you wake up at 5 a.m. for 2 days, and on day 3, you find yourself in bed at noon with a bag of chips. It's not that the techniques are bad, it's about who you actually believe you are. Most people try to change their actions without changing their identity. They say, I'm trying to quit smoking. I'm trying to start running in the mornings. Think about that word, trying. It's a mental escape hatch you leave open for your old, lazy self. When you say trying, you're signaling to your brain, deep down, I'm still the same person. I've just put on a mask. That mask doesn't last. The moment you hit real stress, it comes off. True, unshakable discipline doesn't start with what you do. It starts with who you are. This is a complete change of your internal passport. Instead of saying, I'm trying to meditate, tell yourself once and for all, I am a meditator. Instead of, I'm trying to write a book, I am a writer. Imagine two people who are both offered a cigarette. The first says, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. He still sees himself as a smoker fighting his own nature. The second says, no thanks, I don't smoke. That's a completely different level. Smoking simply doesn't exist in his frame of reference. He doesn't need willpower to resist because he changed his identity. Every small, seemingly insignificant action you take throughout your day isn't just a checkbox on a to-do list. It's your vote in an election for your own identity. When you make your bed, you vote for the organized person. When you choose water over soda, you vote for the athlete. When you open your laptop on time, you vote for the professional. You don't need to win unanimously. You just need a simple majority by the end of the day. Let's come down from the philosophical clouds and land in the material world. Stop. Please stop worshiping willpower. Willpower isn't some great virtue of the spirit. It's a regular biological battery, and its charge drains relentlessly with every hour you're awake. Every micro decision you make throughout the day burns a little more of that battery. By 7 p.m., when you finally sit down for your most important work, the battery is at zero. You're not weak, you're just drained. The truly high-performing people, the ones with extraordinary output, don't fight temptations every minute. They're too smart for that. They eliminate them. This is called choice architecture or environment design. Your environment is never neutral. It's either working for you or it's working against you. There is no middle ground. To set the system up for yourself, use 2 fundamental friction rules. Rule 1. Reduce friction for good habits. Your gear and sneakers should be sitting right next to your bed the night before. Make the launch so easy it would embarrass you to say no. Rule 2. Maximize friction for destructive habits. Don't just flip your phone face down, take it to another room. Lock it in a drawer. Make scrolling require effort. 9 times out of 10, your accountant won't bother. And once you've designed your environment, use the final action trigger, the 5-second rule. The moment an impulse fires, I need to make that call. Time to get to work. Immediately count down out loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And on 1, you physically start moving. You have exactly 5 seconds. If you hesitate into the 6th, the accountant opens his ledger and finds 100 reasons to wait. Don't give him time to open his mouth, shoot first. Now I want to show you something that will permanently change how you see pain, boredom, and resistance. Not as a concept, as a weapon. Inside your brain is a structure that neuroscientists call the willpower muscle. Its one job is to make the decision to act when everything inside you is screaming to stop. And it has one rule for getting stronger. It doesn't grow when things are going well. It doesn't grow when you're doing something you love. It grows in exactly one situation, only when you do something you genuinely, deeply hate doing in that moment, but you understand it has to be done. When you push through grinding boredom and finish brutal work. When you force yourself into the cold rain, when your body begs you to stay home. Every single time you push past internal resistance, this part of your brain physically grows, building new neural connections. People with exceptional discipline, elite athletes, scientists, leaders, have this region of the brain developed on a completely different level. Discipline isn't punishment, it's surgical training of your most important weapon. Every time things get hard, you are literally, physically getting stronger. Pain and boredom stop being signals to retreat. They become signals of growth. To give this muscle the maximum stimulus to grow, I want you to enter ghost mode. Disappear from the radar for 90 days. Disconnect from the group chats. Stop posting your goals on social media. Talking about your plans is a cheap substitute. It's the language of people who never finish anything. You share the plan, your brain relaxes, and your drive drops to 0. Results have to speak louder than words. When you keep absolute silence about your goals, the pressure builds like steam in a sealed boiler. And the only exit is real action. A lot of people spend years sitting on the sidelines of their own lives, waiting for some magical moment when discipline suddenly gets easy. I have to deeply disappoint you. That moment is never coming. Discipline will never be easy. But here's the good news, you can get stronger. Life will always offer you 2 kinds of pain. The first is the pain of discipline. It weighs grams. It lasts exactly as long as it takes you to push past the resistance and start. The second is the pain of regret, and that one weighs tons. It comes to you in the middle of the night, years from now, when you realize your life has passed. Look at yourself right now. Your health, your quality of life. It is the exact sum of all your microvotes over the last 5 years. If you genuinely want to change your future, you must start voting for a new identity right now. Not tomorrow, not after New Year's, not on Monday. Now. Close this video this second. Put your phone in another room. Sit down at your desk and do the one thing you've been putting off the longest. Just 5 minutes. Take off the armor. Outsmart the accountant. Starting the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If this video shifted something in you, subscribe. Not because that's what you're supposed to do, but because the next video picks up this exact conversation. Real systems, not theory. Things that actually work. And if you know someone who's been stuck in the same place for years, send them this. Sometimes one video at the right moment changes the entire trajectory. The path is clear. The systems are yours. Step into next conversation and begin.